is up, YouTube? Today's Tuesday. We are 4.4 weeks out from the show, and check-ins yesterday with Ross. Mid and lower back is leaning out, which is good. Definitely to the stage now where I have to be mindful on the seating surface that I sit on. It's been that way for about a week or 2 weeks now, but I can't sit on anything too hard because I have no ass fat, and I have no ass, period. So I have no muscle for cushion, number one. But the muscle I do have, now there's not a whole lot of fat back there to cushion my ass. So that's always fun, but it's always a good sign. Makes you feel good, like kind of just reinforces that you're on the right track. But anyways, everything else is looking, I guess, on track. He didn't say I look like shit. He didn't say we're way behind. But, you know, like I said yesterday, those couple binge sessions I had after my last show definitely did not set us up for a good, smooth route into this show. So, as he called it, we're having to kind of shotgun the rest of this prep, which, you know, it is what it is. That's what we got to do. The update yesterday was food was lowered a lot. Cardio was upped at 70 minutes for these next 4 days. Split up however I need to get it in. So yesterday was day one of this little 4-day plan. And then, you know, day two is obviously today, tomorrow's 3, Thursday's 4. Check in again on Friday. But yeah, split up the cardio, just 30 minutes fasted this morning. I'll do 20 minutes again sometime between after my workout and before my kids get off the bus and I have to leave for work. And then I'll do another 20 minutes later on this evening. So that way I get all of my 70 minutes in, but it doesn't really feel like I'm killing myself per se, all in one session. And what I like to do is basically just do 3 different types. What I like to do is basically 3 different types of cardio, just to kind of break up the monotony. So I just make sure my heart rate stays within my target beats per minute for basically the entire session. And then, oh, Jesus Christ. So I basically just make sure my heart rate stays within my target beats per minute for the whole session. And then to me, it doesn't really matter what I do. What I have been doing is I'll do Stairmaster in the morning. And then I'll do Stairmaster for like that entire session. And then my midday, which is what I did yesterday, I'll do like half and half. So I'll do like 10 minutes or so on the Stairmaster, literally just to get my heart rate up faster. And then I'll quickly switch over to whatever other modality. So steep incline, fast treadmill. Too far. So yeah, steep incline, fast treadmill walking. And again, I'm still making sure my heart rate stays within my target range. or I'll go to my new spin bike that I just got for the other remaining portion. You know, I just kind of break it up. And to me, that it just breaks up the monotony. I already don't like doing cardio. I'm gonna go ahead and just say it. I do it because I get to, and I have the ability for mobility. I do it because I get to, and I have the ability for mobility, because not everyone's fortunate enough, i.e. Ross, right now. So I still get it in, I still do it, but it doesn't mean I have to like it. Yeah, to be perfectly honest, I mean, I'd rather train 2 to 3 times a day than do cardio once. But you know, that's always been me though. Even when I was an athlete, even when I wasn't trying to do bodybuilding. Jesus, fuck me in the ass, dude. This fucking piece of shit. Sorry, my phone keeps sliding on my dash. I ordered a new. It's fucking sliding right now. I ordered a new sun visor mount thing that should hopefully come in before tomorrow's video, but if not, it is what it is. But anyways, even when I was an athlete, I always hated cardio. I mean, played baseball, so pretty much even in college, the only cardio we did was distance, which is my absolute least favorite cardio, because our pitching coach, I was a pitcher, our pitching coach thought that, you know, if you're a pitcher, regardless of what your actual role was, that no matter what, you should be able to run 2 miles for time for baseball. Doesn't make any sense. So literally every day after practice, we had to run 2 miles. It got to the point where they didn't even care how fast I ran it. They just said, Zach, just finish. Because I'm literally the slowest runner. Like, I don't know, like for a long distance, I don't know what it is. Maybe I just stopped giving a shit. Maybe I get bored. Maybe I just know it serves absolutely zero purpose as a pitcher, especially in my specific situation. I was a relief pitcher. I was a spot guy. I was the dude they sent out to get literally 1 or 2 guys out, and then I was done for the day. That was my whole role on the entire team. And I was good at it until I got hurt, but you know, I was good at it. That definitely did not require me to run 2 miles. Ever. I would argue pitchers need to focus more on sprint work when they have to cover first base on a random ground ball. But anyways, let me get off of that baseball tangent for this bodybuilding video. But yeah, so cardio. I still get my cardio in, still check off the boxes, because I have a goal. You know, my goal is to bring the absolute best physique that I can to the stage in 4.5 weeks, essentially. So with all of Ross's knowledge and experience, you know, all I can do is trust him and listen to him. Oh, fuck me. You know, with all of Ross's experience and knowledge, all I can do is trust him and listen to him and follow his guidance and, you know, trust the process, as they say. That's what I did last time. And it worked out pretty damn good. So we're just kind of, you know, rinsing and repeating. I am, as odd enough as it sounds, I am looking forward to the off season. Don't get me wrong, it is crazy. Like yesterday, it was, you know, chest workout. When you can see the insertions from your side delts, like into the side of your arm on the humerus during your lifts or during your workouts, and like afterwards, and then like you're not even pumped, but you can still like you're not even pumped, but you can still see like where your delts insert onto the humerus. That's pretty freaking cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty awesome. God damn, dude. You know, I'm pretty vascular in general. That's because I take a lot of niacin, and not the niacinamide, not the bullshit non-flushing version. You have to take nicotinic acid, the kind that actually flushes, that actually dilates the arteries and veins and capillaries. That's why I look so vascular. I take a shit ton of that. I think the RDA is like between 500 milligrams and 1,000 milligrams. I'm currently taking 3,000 milligrams at night. At one point, when I was really trying to build up my vascularity, I was all the way up to, because they're 500 milligram tablets, I was all the way up to 16 pills a night. So that's 8 grams or 8,000 milligrams. You know, I know for a fact that helped, you know, a lot to get me where I am now. But anyways, so yeah, being lean is really cool. But you know, I do competitive I do competitive bodybuilding. So there are certain medications I take that aren't prescribed. And you know, after a while, you can do all the you know, the glutathione IV, and you can take all the organ health and all that shit supplements you want, you know, but after a while, a lot of the prep medications you take, or medications you take while in prep, you know, all the orals and stuff, you kind of just feel like, not run down per se, but like you just, your system just feels like dirty almost. It's a weird way to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. You only be able to understand if you've done it yourself. And so like your blood markers might even be good. Like my liver and kidneys are like actually great. And I actually get my GGT and cystatin C tested, which are like the true liver and kidney health blood markers respectively. So like my GGT literally for a full year has never been over 15. Oh, fuck. So yeah, literally my GGT for like literally the past year has never been over 15. My cystatin C has been under a 1. So, you know, I take care of my body. I take care of my organs and my health, my blood pressure. My blood pressure is great. It's normally between 115 to 118 over 60 to 65. So, you know, but then like, I don't know, maybe it's all placebo. Maybe you just feel overloaded. Or maybe it's just the caloric restriction. Who knows? But anyways, no real updates today except for just the plan. Anyways, no real updates today except the new plan for the next 4 days. Just food was, as Ross says, gone. Cardio was upped. I'm taking retatrutide, that was upped. Red has been great. I've taken it before. You know, you just have to stay on top of your digestion. So some people report like weird digestion stuff. So like they'll get to where like they'll go to eat a meal, and I mean that's kind of the point of any of the GLPs and Reta. It does slow gastric emptying and gastric motility, so you'll feel full and feel full for longer. But in a bodybuilding context, you know, there's sometimes where, you know, I'm not even hungry, and it's been almost 5 hours since I've eaten, and my meals are not huge right now. So yeah, just if that happens, then I just make sure I take like some betaine HCl either right before or with my meals, and that helps. You have to make sure you get the ones that have the pepsin in it also, so the pepsin will help break down the protein, and that helps sometimes. But beyond that, I mean, like the food noise part is the biggest for me because you know, as a former fat dude, and you know, if I'm not on Retta, or if I'm like on a super low dose, which, you know, me and Ross might talk about doing in the off season, like literally like 0.5 milligram, or if I'm like on a super low dose in like the off season, which, you know, Ross and I might talk about me doing, like literally like 0.5 milligram to like probably just that 0.5 milligram a week, because Retta does one of the actions is it improves insulin sensitivity, and if you're not insulin sensitive, you will not grow muscle, or you'll have a harder time, put it that way. Holy hell, dude, it's bad today. So anyways, if your insulin sensitivity is high, that means you have better chance of growing muscle, easier time growing muscle, which Retta helps with, and I believe that is a beneficial action of the drug, no matter the dose. I believe you titrate up the dose primarily for appetite suppression and reduction in is what I call food noise, which has always been, you know, one of my biggest struggles. I was just a former fat dude, and you know, fuck, if I'm not on Retta, like, in my digestion and brain are running full capacity, I can fucking eat. Like I've always joked, you know, ever since you know, I've lost all this weight, and like, you know, everyone was like, wow, you look so much different, you lost all this weight, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, my life was gonna go one of two directions after everything that happened the past couple years. I was either going to dive like head first into bodybuilding and become the most jacked dad at my kid's school. You know, probably already am, but you know, I'm gonna believe I probably already am. Motherfucker. I probably already am, but I'm gonna go ahead and believe that I'm not. So I'll keep trying to get more jacked. But it's either gonna be the most jacked dad at my kid's school, or I was gonna be a competitive eater. Because I'm telling you, like I've seen all these other channels where these dudes like Eric the Electric is pretty much the main one that me and my kids watch because he's entertaining. I mean, he's destroying his body, but he does work out a lot. He does a lot of fucking cardio to burn off all that food. But I mean, I remember as a kid, and this probably led to all my other fucking problems. But I remember as a kid, you know, like going to all you can eat, you know, nights at restaurants all the time, and the managers having to request that we leave because I and my dad were eating all their damn food. We went to this one seafood place one time, and it was all you can eat crab legs, and like literally they stopped bringing us crab legs. because they said we were eating too much at all you can eat. Like I was a kid in like middle school and high school. I was doing like restaurant like food challenges and shit like that. And I wasn't even like, it would just be like a random Tuesday. And I would just go in and go, hey, do you have like any weird like food challenge menu items? And they'll go, yeah, we actually have this one thing. And I would just randomly try it. So it wasn't even like competitive. And like most of the time I would get like 90% of the way done. And I was a teenager. So I don't know if that's just like my like natural fat ass mentality, or if that's just like my competitive spirit. I have no clue. But long story short, my life could have gone that direction, and I definitely would have gained all the weight back very quickly, very easily. I probably would have kept working out because I truly enjoy it, especially for mental health. But there's a really good chance I would have stopped doing cardio. And after a while, your body just gets used to eating like bullshit, and so you stop knowing what it feels like to not feel bad. Because like when I have these binges, or I go and have like literally like more, I'm not even joking, like now I'm not even joking, like now if I have more than like one meal off plan in a row, like I've done this before, and you'd think, no, you'd learn your lesson. No, never do. I'm hoping that I've learned my lessons by now, but which the Reddit has helped a lot, like I said, with food noise. But now, like, I can go, literally, if it's more than like one meal off plan, like, let's say I've eaten clean for like 6 weeks in a row, didn't miss any meals, didn't fuck up, didn't have any kind of crazy digestion issues from eating like too much sugar-free syrup, or I made this mistake one time, too much allulose. Allulose and my guts do not mix. I could eat like 1 tablespoon and I'm gonna be fucking Mount Vesuvius, Toilet Destroyer 3000 within 10 minutes. And it's brutal, and it's gross, and it's smelly. But anyways, if I go off, that was a random tangent. If I go off plan for like more than like one meal, and I have like the case of the fuckets, and just like go hard, like you just feel bad. Like your digestion doesn't know what to do. Like like you just feel bad. Your digestion doesn't know what to do. Your stomach, like your brain, it changes everything. At least for me. But that's because I eat so clean, like 99% of the time. And then you have like these 1 or 2 just off plan meals where you go fucking hard. Like, oh, that sounds good, that sounds good, that sounds good. You just raid the fucking pantry. You know, with me having kids, there's always fucking snacks around. But yeah, and then sometimes I call it sometimes I call it my great white shark moments. Literally, like, the eyes roll to the back of my head, I thrash around, eat a whole bunch of shit, my eyes roll back forward, and I go, what the fuck happened? Because, like, sometimes you feel like you literally, like, black out, and then, like, you wake up. Hold on. This fucking idiot. anyways, like it's like you feel like, it's almost like you black out, and then you wake up and you're like, oh shit, what happened? Why does my stomach hurt so bad? And then you look in the trash can, or you look on the counter, and there's wrappers and fucking bags of chips and ice cream containers and leftover boxes, like leftover food boxes from the leftover food that your kids were going to eat the next day that you destroyed. And you're kind of just looking around going, what the fuck happened? But yeah, that, like, you could do that one time, and then like your guts are ruined for like 3 days, and then your mind's ruined for like even longer, because then you feel like you failed or whatever. Well, so much for a quick video on the way to the gym today. But today is back, so I'm going to be using all my VersaGrip stuff, which I'm pretty excited about. This fucking thing just stay in one spot. So yeah, today is back. So I'm going to be using all my VersaGrip stuff. I just signed up to be an affiliate with them, so my code is ZACK, Z-A-C-K. Currently, I have their VersaGrip Extremes, and I have a prototype. Dude, what the fuck is going on in this thing today? And I have a prototype back belt that they sent me about a month ago. Yeah, I'd say 6 weeks maybe. So I've been using it for that long. I know they're in production. Dude, this fucking phone. Yeah, so I've been using it for about 6 weeks. I know they're currently in the final stages of production for this back brace, or back belt. Back brace. I use it for a brace, sorta, because of my, my surgery. So any movements that I have that are bent over, or if just later in my back workout, my back starts to feel a little wonky or weak, I put it on to help me brace against it. It helps a lot for me. It allows me to keep working out instead of having to stop because of my back. The same thing with the VersaGrips. So I've been using those for, I'd say, a year now, probably. They're literally a game changer. My forearms never get tired, ever, in my back workouts now. Biceps just depends on hand grip, like the either supinated or pronated. Supinated, obviously, you're going to get more bicep involvement. But even with the VersaGrips, you can have a supinated grip, and it takes out a lot of the bicep activation. But yeah, I mean, I feel like, I don't know if it's just because of a year of training that my back has grown that much better. But I feel like personally, just within each workout, the VersaGrips just allow me to actually feel my back more during the lifts, as opposed to more or less having to heave and hoe the weight around because of my forearms and biceps trying to give out, which they're never the first thing to give out now, so that's nice. But yeah, if you want to pick up anything from Versa, just versagrips.com, or go to their Instagram. Make sure you use my code ZACK. And like I said, today's back. So this gym has a couple machines that I'm excited to use, because my normal gym closer to the house doesn't have them, which is not surprising. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do today. I was kind of scoping out the machines yesterday while I was doing chest, but I know there's a lat pullover machine. I'm going to try that out, see what that feels like. I know there's a couple different chest supported row machines, which will be cool. I don't think they have any almost like horizontal T-bar rows. That would be super dope. but I don't think that this gym has it, unfortunately, which is annoying because they're supposed to be more like bodybuilding-esque. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna leave all these burps in. Authenticity, right? Raw, unedited. All right, catch you guys tomorrow.
Ugh.